It's like that hyper realist type of photography. But yeah, I got into. Did you see the Nazi flag at the fucking
I
Bernie
read
rally?
about it, but I didn't see the video of it.
I saw a picture of it. That's dude. What's with this fucking Bernie bro bullshit? This fucking Bernie bro shit is such nonsense. The stuff they said about Nina Turner and all the fucking women in his campaign, the fucking racist, fucking sexist shit they've been saying, and then fucking all the shit fucking Meghan McCain says, everything MSNBC says, fucking Chris Matthews comparing people to Nazis, comparing fucking Bernie
And
bros to
yeah,
Nazis.
brown shirts and all.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Well,
And now they're fucking bringing fucking
you're
Nazi
talking about,
flags
yeah.
to fucking rallies, and they're like, well, that's not Warren, that's not Biden. Well, really? I mean, because we're kind of at a, this really is an us versus them thing, and if you're not with Bernie, it really seems like you're with a conglomerate of Republicans and Democrats.
Well, also,
So that, by extension, that kind of is fucking
Also,
Biden
like, let's be
supporters.
honest, one of the reasons why I think that you have the resurgence of white supremacy in people like Trump is because um, you inequality has gotten so bad, and it's so obvious that the problem is there's a couple billionaires who have everything. Um, that if you don't have class awareness, there's only two ideologies that can tell you that the problem is a couple of billionaires.
Yeah,
One of them is socialism,
yeah,
and one of them is Nazis, and their problem is not that there's a couple billionaires, but that there's too many Jewish billionaires. So
yeah.
it's like if
They're the
you
wrong billionaires.
if you ignore this the central argument of class, which the center has been doing for 40 years,
Yeah,
um, then people who don't have any they don't get any messages about how bad inequality is
yeah,
through education and the media. So the only people telling them that there's this rigged system against them is telling them that it's a Jewish conspiracy.
yeah,
So the only type of anti authority message a lot of people get is that. And especially if you come from areas that, where you don't meet anybody
yeah,
except people who just look like you, it's easier for that to spread.
yeah,
So it's a deliberate outgrowth, not just well. Also, it's a part of the decline of empire too. Like anytime you have a decline of empire, you know, people are going to be making claims that something should replace the existing order.
yeah,
And either you get something that radically changes it, or you get something like a fascism, which claims to be radically changing it, but only further cements the power of the authority they're supposed to be trying to subvert.
yeah. Those, last night at that open mic was just so fucking funny, dude. Because I don't want to name these guys' names, but this is just really fucking funny to me as they go, they start, I go, Biden can't win. And because he can't recite the first line of the Declaration of Independence, and that's going to be really clear in the Bernie Sanders, in the Bernie fucking Biden debate. That's going to be really fucking, it's going to be funny. And Gabe keeps going, it's going to be funny. And I'm like, my response was like, it's going to be funny at first. But when Trump does it, it's not going to be funny. And when, and this guy goes, but that's, he's like, I go, Biden can't win. He goes, that's what they said about Trump. And I went, wait a second, dude. That's the argument that fucking we were making about Bernie.
Right.
You can't do that. They keep
We're not
fucking doing
saying
that.
we're not. So
Trump won because of populist anger. Bernie is winning because of populist anger. Biden's not going to win on populist anger. Biden doesn't have a platform.
his only platform is that he can beat Trump.
His only platform is that I'm not Trump. Bernie's not Trump either.
Well, the only no, well, it's specifically RussiaGate. That's his platform. Is that or not RussiaGate? The Ukrainian thing that he's trying to get information on me, so therefore Trump must be more scared of me than Bernie.
Yeah, he's not scared. No one's scared of fucking Biden. Well, I mean, we're scared that Biden's going to win. But here's my other fucking and then the other thing he goes, Biden has a brand. And I go, yeah, that's the problem. He does have a brand. So
No, he doesn't. His brand is that he worked for Obama.
well, that's his other art. That's other no, but he does have a brand. He has a brand as a quisling for Republicans. His brand is that he's a Democrat who's actually a Republican. That's been his brand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, his little West Wing fucking yeah, we got to cut Social Security. No, we don't. There's no evidence that we have to cut Social Security.
Yeah, but Obama was on board with the grand bargain too. They were both pushing for it.
Oh yeah, that's why fucking we lost the Congress. That's why the Tea Party happened, because he wasn't a populist. He claimed to be a populist, and he lied to people. And he was just a really good liar. Biden is not a good fucking liar.
But he never tries to lie about it. He says it like it's a strength.
Oh, I know, but that's his brand. His brand is something that people don't want to buy, which is like I'm a third wave Democrat. I'm a Republican who's a Democrat. I want to work with Republicans.
Yeah, which
is delusional. You can't work with fucking fascists. That's not how fascism works. You either become a fascist or you get trounced. So you get somebody like Bernie, who's not going to compromise and not going to work with Republicans. That's why you put Bernie in.
Well, I think the biggest thing is somebody like him. Like they want to talk about down ballot, but if you really want to help down ballot Democrats, then you would put somebody who would increase voter turnout.
Yeah.
Because whenever there's increased voter turnout, Democrats do better.
You need somebody who's going to go to war with these fucking people and make it very clear these people are termites that we need to get rid of, that you don't work with. You're not going to negotiate with a fucking bedbug. That's the fucking dumbest thing ever. Oh, please, bedbug.
Well, I think...
Can we share this house?
It seemed... Like, I don't understand why the mainstream part of the Democratic establishment, they complain about voter suppression, right? And say that it's all racist, which it is. Or it's mostly racist, but also economically biased.
I don't really, I've never really, the little I've watched of MSNBC, they don't really talk about voter suppression. You don't see, for some, that when Hillary fucking lost Wisconsin, that should have been a story, that should have been a headline story that Wisconsin was out and out stolen. That's just an indisputable fact. Mm-hmm. And hear MSNBC or anybody in the mainstream media talking about it, they're trying to cover it up. And I mean, this is like fucking. This is totally fucking Noam. And by the way, if Biden wins, you're gonna kill Noam Chomsky. Just for the record, Hunter Thompson died because George W. Bush got reelected. So I'm just saying. He's an old man. He's got a few good years left.
No, yeah, but Noam Chomsky's said to vote for Clinton.
He's gonna get sad. I don't know if he's gonna say that about Biden. I voted for Clinton, mostly based on Noam Chomsky's recommendation. I don't feel that way about Biden. I honestly hate to.
What about Warren dropping out after Super Tuesday? Like, she didn't win anything. All she did was throw Super Tuesday. But now that she dropped, like, her strategy of staying in the race to help Biden only makes sense if she stays in after Super Tuesday.
All right, hold on. I'm going to set Warren aside real quick. I just want to say real quick, these fucking advisors who talked Biden into running, who gave Warren all that bad advice to fucking go woke, those people benefit whether or not a Democrat wins or a Republican wins. I think that, and this is just the nature of fascism, it's a virus, that the Democratic establishment has basically been compromised by the Republicans. That they think that if we get somebody like Biden to run, if we can get them to throw the fucking race by putting a glass jaw fucking dementia patient as the opponent, that we can get this dummy up to lose to Trump, then these Republicans will let us maintain a certain amount of power, whereas Bernie will fucking fumigate the entire fucking place. And I think that that's what's going on, and that's why they're voting. That's why they're using voter suppression to help Biden win, and that's why they're fucking. First of all, I mean, if they really really cared, honestly, if they really
the
cared,
Democratic strategy for 40 years has been let's go more and more Republican to try and get moderates.
yeah, and then that's what happens.
But the problem,
It's like me with the cigarettes. I go, well, I'll have a cigarette on Christmas.
yeah.
Well, then I'll have a cigarette on New Year's. And now I'm just all cigarettes.
But
That's what happens.
But isn't the most obvious thing that Democrats win if more people vote? So the most effective strategy, without having to ever water down your message, is just, like make a universal automatic voter registration. Make it a holiday.
Yeah, no, I'm saying they don't care if Democrats win. The Democrats, I'm saying the establishment Democrats don't care whether or not they win. That's my point. If
They'd rather win to have some type of power.
if they really wanted to win, they'd all drop out and endorse Bernie.
Right.
He's the most likely candidate to win. So therefore, why are you competing against him? Why are you trying to stop him? You're trying to stop him because what's the most logical outcome of that? Because you want to lose. I mean, this just, or if you do win, you want to have somebody like Joe Biden who's to the right of Hillary Clinton. You're going to have somebody who will be like, yeah, you want to cut Social Security? Let's cut Social Security. Blah, 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 blah. Just
Are you kidding me? He's going to be the one that hands the original bill to Republicans. And
will
it's going to be like,
a bill.
He's like, all right, here. And if you want to cut any more, let me know.
If you want private prisons, you got it. Climate change, it's probably the Earth. Biden will be on fucking television his first day of presidency, going, the Earth changes.
At least it's not Bloomberg, because if it was Bloomberg, instead of he would definitely throw protesters into the immigrant detention centers.
Oh no!
Like he'd go full fascist.
Oh no, he would go full China. Yeah, full China. And you know what?
He'd be the one to institute the social credit score.
But
sure.
I'll tell you what. Under Bloomberg, we'd probably be more lenient than China. And what frightens me, there would probably also be a level of competence. And climate change might actually be taken care of, but you would have to live.
Well,
under, but you're not free.
It wouldn't be. No, there would
but
be.
with Biden and fucking Trump, it's
we both know that there's no way to take on climate change without dismantling capitalism. They're not in such a way that actually takes care of people. All it can do is create new technologies that create fortress cities for certain rich people to live in that are protected,
it's
while
a
the rest.
Cult.
Right.
Yeah, and if you're not a billionaire and you're voting for a capitalist candidate, you are a member of a death cult because you have a faith that capitalism is going to save you, despite all evidence to the contrary, and you have some kind of faith, and you're willing to die.
Do you think it's possible that
there
could be a form of capitalism that isn't consumer based? Because obviously consumerist based capitalism, where you're just buying as much as possible to basically compete to show off how much money you make, that type of capitalism can't survive. But if we have, let's say, a relatively minimalist form of existence, but then we have virtual reality or other domains where people can express their wealth, where they have a relatively austere existence in the material world, that might be a way that techno-capitalists would see that we could have environmentalism but still give you a reason to show up to work every day and do what they tell you, is so you can make money and then have a digital mansion to show off to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think what I would like about socialism a lot is that doesn't even the playing field. You're saying like you get more pussy under a socialist regime. Like if you're an incel, you should be a fucking socialist because you're competing. Because Michael Bloomberg and Donald Trump are out there getting laid. You know that's not right.
Yeah.
That should be you.
Alan Dershowitz, come on.
Alan Dershowitz, come on. Me and Alan Dershowitz in a fucking room full of fucking co-eds. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, that's why I'm a fucking socialist. Is the fucking pussy.
No, but I think that, well, just look at how it would shift the arts. Like, if within a capitalist society, how you judge an artist is how successful that artist is. So,
Oh yeah, or the quality of the fucking work. You know, you're not pumping out bullshit just to fucking make money.
right, but
No more fucking superhero movies.
I'm certain they're fun and dumb.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, obviously there'll be superhero movies because there'll be a demand for superhero movies. I'm just saying.
No, but I mean, I think that within a system that I think that within a capitalist system, the architecture of how arts gets delivered skews the art based on what the distributors essentially decide is popular.
Yeah.
And without that, it would be a more genuine expression of what people want, as opposed to tastemakers trying to guess what people want to see.
Yeah. You know, I gotta do. You know what I'm doing? I'm doing. So, I got a poet friend from Chicago that moved out here. They got an online magazine called Literate Ape. They're doing. They're at the bunkhouse and they're doing debates. So you do debates. You debate different topics on. Straw's ridiculous, but they're doing debates based on like you have to debate in a certain form. So I go, I'll do stand up if you book me, and so I've been fucking blackballed's a strong word, but I insulted a booker. She had it coming, but she insulted me first. And publicly. So I dissed her, and it was a really good joke, and I'm very proud of it. But nevertheless, there were repercussions for it. So I finally got booked. So my fucking cold streak is has ended with this. But this is the weird thing. You know Nanette? We always want to do a clip on Nanette.
Yeah.
Okay, you know her argument about how you can't make comedy out of trauma? So I'm doing a 7-minute anti-Nanette. Because the debate is whether or not you could use art and storytelling and narratives as a form of therapy to go overcome trauma. So I wrote a 7-minute set I've been testing out.
Well, first of all, of course you can.
I know. I really feel bad for my opponent.
It's how improv comedy was developed in Chicago to help, to...
Yeah, but I think this guy is attempting to instigate a rape joke debate.
Oh.
Which I think will happen. There's a Q&A afterwards, and I think that's where that debate's going to happen. But I think that he may have seen some of my posts or something like that,
yeah.
or gotten a clue about who I am and stuff. And I think he chose me to take that position in order to instigate a rape joke debate. So so I imagine the opponent's gonna make some trigger warning, fucking trigger argument, which is easy to dismantle. But I'm really just using it as an opportunity to write a 7-minute comedy set about being abused. And it's going to be fucking... And I did... The second half, it hasn't been going well, though. It kind of bombed at Sand Dollar. It kind of bombed last night. But I think this is a different audience, and I can get away with it.
Yeah.
But I could tell you a couple of jokes. It's got Boy Scout jokes in there.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, well, hold on. It goes... so we're debating trauma. I'm pro.
Pro-trauma?
My opponent believes I should save. Then I explain what the nature of the thing is, and then I go. My opponent believes I should save the trauma for my mama. But she didn't say that. But people only say that because it rhymes. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell the other joke just in case. But I'm gonna not tell that joke right now. But that's a really good one though. But God, what was the other one? Oh, here's a good one. I was in the Boy Scouts. I was never molested, but I totally could have been. Cause how could they not? Cause I'm like a 7 or an 8 now, but when I was in the 5th grade, I was 10.
What, did you just have perfect hair or something?
No, you didn't catch the joke. Oh
Oh,
God! See, I don't know if that's a good
oh,
joke,
that is,
man.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in the fifth grade, I was 10. I got a few jokes like that, but then it's just a story about what happened in how I had like when I was 8 years old. I had creative differences with
Hmm.
a Boy Scout leader over a variety show. Like we had to do, he substituted 12 days of Christmas with